The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you, wishing to construct a tower, does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build, but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king marching into battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, any one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. The Gospel of the Lord. Good morning, my sisters and brothers. Yesterday, I was here doing Mass, and as I came in, Father says, "Where's your alb?" I said, "Well, I left one here." I'm kind of like that family member that you invite over and just moves in. And so I keep an alb here now just because, just in case he invites me back, I already have my clothes here. I'll be back in a couple more weeks and I'll bring more clothes, Father. The readings especially from the Gospel, has some really strong words in it. Unless you hate your children, your wife, get ready, Vienna. Today's readings, though, reflect on God's wisdom, and that's the cost of discipleship and the transformation that happens when we truly follow Christ. Today is something very special for me, not only to witness the baptism of Vienna, but today is my first year anniversary of my ordination as a deacon. And in the last year, it's been a moment of thanksgiving for the ministry that's truly been entrusted to me, and for the grace that sustains all of us as disciples, and shortly Vienna as a new disciple. And in the book of wisdom, it tells us, "Scarce do we guess the things on earth." How true that feels. Because over the past year, I've often felt inadequate many times. At the altar, at the hospital bedside, in a prison chapel. Sometimes words just simply fail, and I frankly don't know what to do. But God sends His Spirit. He sends His Spirit to make our path straight. A year ago, as I was laying prostrate before the altar, as the litany of the saints was sung, I felt my own smallness and God's greatness within me. I felt I was able to surrender. And I knew that it was not my wisdom, but it was God's Spirit that was guiding me. And just like the honeybee whose small efforts ripple outward to bring life and sweetness, my yes to God became something far greater than I could have ever imagined. In Philemon, Paul pleads to Onesimus, no longer a slave, but as a brother. That is the power of the gospel, to change relationships, to make strangers into family, and to make the overlooked beloved in Christ. I've seen this in my 1 year as a deacon in the prison ministry that I've been leading. And I want to be honest with you, I didn't want to do that ministry. I went in very reluctantly. I went in alone. At first, I only saw inmates when I sat down at the table. I saw convicts, maybe even murderers. And I was pretty afraid that first day. As quickly as I got in there, I was quickly to get out of there. But God kept calling me back. And now every Friday night, I spend about 2 hours inside that prison. Over time, by grace, I no longer see prisoners, I see my brothers. The Spirit has transformed the way I see them. And like Paul, he saw Onesimus, Christ has changed our relationship. Today, as we started, we saw a baby. And in a few moments, she will become our sister in Christ. We will see that transformation. In the gospel, Jesus says, "Whoever does not carry his cross and follow me cannot be my disciple." You see, discipleship is not casual. It costs us everything. At ordination, I realized that meant surrendering my time, surrendering my plans. Even my family's comfort had to be surrendered. But here's the paradox of all of this. When Christ comes first, family is not diminished, but rather it is strengthened. My wife and my daughter, they don't lose me to ministry. They gain a husband. They gain a father.